Here's some stuff I picked up in Japan. I did wash everything up until this pencil brush from the left right here, so the shapes are going to look kind of funny. Let's start off with the Passion series. I did pick up the Passion series set. I didn't wash the 3 smaller eye brushes, like eyebrow and lip and eyeshadow, I think, because I'm probably not going to be using them, but the face brushes right here, they're all pretty soft. Surprisingly soft for Sokoho when I first opened the package. I think the water at my house is not very good for brushes, probably because every time I wash a really soft brush with my baby shampoo, it doesn't get as soft afterwards. So it's definitely a little less soft than when I first received it. And yeah, this is how the powder brush looks like. It's nice and rounded, definitely a dome. And then the cheek brush reminds me of the rose cheek brush from last year's Christmas collection. Rounded again. So these brushes will pick up a really good amount of powder since the hairs are coarser than regular like Saikoho and Saibikoho. And here's a highlight brush. It's flat and tapered. And then the large eyeshadow brush. And I picked up some stuff from Hakuhodo. This is the J5533. It looks really weird because it just dried. But it's tapered out, like, so if you compare it with the 5522, it tapers out, and then this one is tapered like a tulip. So I would use the 5533 for blending and the 5522 maybe for like all over lid or some large cut crease. I'm not sure. We'll see. A lot of people like this brush, which is why I picked it up, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be kind of large for my eyes. And then the one that everyone loves, 5523. I actually despise this shape, but hey, I was in Japan and might as well, right? After that, this one's not labeled, but it's the it's the G5537. It's like a broomstick brush, so it's kind of similar to the Wingos 14. I actually didn't like that brush. Hakuhodo has 2 sizes, so they have the 5537 and the 5538. The 37 is smaller than the 38, I believe. This is actually good for blush and highlight and probably like under eye setting powder. I think it's a little smaller than the Wingos 14, and it seems to be a little denser, so which is why I picked it up. And then here's the travel brush that I fell in love with. It's an angled powder / cheek brush, so if you're traveling, you can just close this, put it in, and then go out with it instead, like, so you don't have to worry about the bristles getting messed up or anything. It's really cute. I love the pink candle too. And here's one of the Tanseido brushes I picked up. This is the WC20. So usually Tanseido just labels their brushes Tanseido and then made in Japan, and engraving is free. What I did after being inspired by one of my friends is I asked them if they can engrave the brush number on the handle instead of my name or instead of whatever I wanted them to write, and they they were happily to do that. And they happily did that. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea. I think they should definitely label all of their brushes because it's really a pain to figure out, like, oh, what brush did I order from them? What brush is this? I also got I got the WC20 and I got the YWC17. So basically Y stands for long. So if I got the WC17, it would be the same length as my WC20. I do like the long handles, but I wanted to get the the shorter version of the 20 to see if there would be any difference in the ferrule. And judging based off of the photos online, the YWC20 had a thinner ferrule than the WC20. So now that I have both, I also have the YWC14, but that's not what I picked up this time around. Oops, sorry, like scratched the light. Yeah, so I think my suspicions were correct in that, I mean, I do know that they're different brushes, and the higher up in number that you go with Tanseido, the larger the brush. So it could also be that, but I do really think that the handle length and the ferrule really affects the density of the brush. So like if you see here, if I got the WC20 in the long handled version, YWC20, I'm pretty sure the ferrule would not be as large as this. But correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone has the YWC20 and you think it's the same exact ferrule size as this, please do let me know. I love, love, love their bright blue metallic handles. They look a lot better in person than online. Like, their online photos are not that great. But Tanseido brushes are great. The Sokoho does really feel like Saikoho. It feels like Hakuhodo Saikoho. So if you do this, like if you compare it with the Hakuhodo Saikoho, they feel very silky and soft. I'm really thinking that it feels even better than Hakuhodo Saikoho. Okay, so then I picked up a Takano brush just to compare with the rest of my Saikoho brushes, because this is their EXS collection, which is also made out of Saikoho. Excuse me. And it's their hairs are on the website. It says that the hairs are limited to the raw materials that they have, and once they use up all of the raw materials they have, they will no longer be making these. So in a sense, these are also limited edition. The hairs are really, really soft. It's softer than Hakuhodo. It's softer than Tanseido. Yeah. I think if you did a blind test, the Tanseido would be closer to the Takeda than the Hakuhodo ones would be. So I got this blush brush that's kind of, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of flat, but also rounded at the same time. I think this was 5,000 yen. But the thing that also bugs me about Takeda is they don't number their brushes. So when I was at the counter, they labeled every single brush with the label maker. But yeah, they should really get to numbering them, like engraving the numbers on them, because I have no idea what I bought. And I checked the website too after I got, oh my gosh, okay, sorry, dropped something. I checked the website after I got home, and I still couldn't find it. And then here's RMK. This is the pencil brush from RMK. It's made out of Japanese racoon, tanuki, and gray squirrel. It's pretty soft. I think the gray squirrel is what gives it the resistance. I'm hoping it doesn't poke my eyelids because I have really, really sensitive eyes. The sales associate said that it wouldn't, so yeah, we'll see. Everyone's skin is different, right? And then I picked up the RMK cheek brush upon the recommendation of my good friend, and I'm really impressed. So RMK and Lunasol and Kanebo brushes are made by Chikuhodo, if you didn't know. The gray squirrel, this is completely made out of gray squirrel, and on this it's extremely soft. I think it's even softer than the RMK. Yeah. So originally I wasn't going to buy the RMK brush, but I wanted to compare them. I kind of regret buying it. Like, as you can see here, the RMK one, or did I say RMK? I kind of regret buying the Lunasol one, my bad. So as you can see here, the RMK brush is smaller and less wide than Lunasol, but if you can see here, it looks like it may be a little denser. I'm not sure, it's hard to see here. But yeah, maybe because it has more hair, it feels softer. But they do look like they have the same type of Grace Girl. So I think I would use the Lunasol one more for powder and the RMK for cheek, but they're both cheek brushes. And then lastly, I have the YWC17. This is the rounded version of the YWS17. It's pretty cute. It's definitely, it's a good size. If you have a small face and you like targeted blush, I think this would make a great blush brush. It would also make a good highlight brush. I have the YWC14, which I tried using for under eye powder and highlight, and I don't know, like it was a pretty awkward size for highlight and also for under eyes setting powder, so I'm still trying to find a use for it. This one's a little bigger, so I hope I can get more use out of it. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the distractions, and I hope you like the video.